Hello everyone, hole number 3 of the expert tournament here, and you can see kind of how I have my bag set up. We're going to go with a curl driver for sure. So even if you don't have, the best of POC, it's really not going to be a big deal. If you have a POC 3, a POC 4, you'll be able to get away with how I'm going to play this hole today. It's not the hardest shot to pull off. It just takes some discipline and some practice. If you try to do it with a limited curl driver, of course, you're going to put yourself in kind of a harder situation. But for instance, if you have a Rock 7 or a Rock 8, you probably still get away with this, rather easily. I'm not going to really up the side spin very much. Here you can see that I'm only using 3 bars. You can see that, that's kind of the less important factor. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of use my max ring adjustment pretty much spot on. So whatever your max ring is, that's what I recommend you guys doing. So that's where you see me aiming up towards max. Power-wise, I'm not going to do very much. So you can see that I'm just kind of, didn't want that great ball, but I don't think it's going to, make or break my shot. Here you can see that it's just going to bounce up into that fairway, and with all that curl, it keeps it away from that right edge. So you can see that I stay away from the right edge and easily get it up into the fairway. Very little power, and you can see that I am more than enough. I'll be long iron. I won't even need sniper from there. So that is the biggest advantage to going that way and doing kind of the risk-reward drive, as you can see. Especially when you move to a lower elevation, the rings don't tend to, the ball doesn't tend to be as affected by the wind. So that means you can go less rings. So you can see, even though I go, max spot up, it doesn't, it wasn't a very aggressive that the wind ends up carrying it extra far on that. And you'll just kind of, still be very centered in the middle of the fairway. And here you can see that, it looks like we're just in sniper range, but I'm okay with that too, because what's good about min sniper, as we just kind of talked about on hole number 1 here, is the fact that with min sniper, you can have a little bit less wind effect and a little bit more ball control. So here you can see kind of how I'm setting up to hit this, is I'm kind of keeping my ball short and towards the right intentionally. I'm also going to play min ring adjustment. So right around maybe 7 rings for my adjustment, for instance, as opposed to the 8.5 that you're seeing. So very close to spot on min adjustment, plus my offset guide. Here you can see that it comes in. It looks like I might have just overcorrected rings. So just slightly overcorrected. My true adjustment was probably maybe 6.8 or so for min club. But you can also see that I offset that guide about 2 yards as well. Maybe like two green grids over. So something that I did was just a little bit too much. Just a little too much. But you can see staying right at that min club there, you're going to really give yourself a chance. I was probably about a half a ring or less of air from making that. So, a great ball to the left, might have burnt out on the left edge somewhere. But if I had adjusted, half a ring less, for instance, it would have been spot on. And here you can just see as to how much more challenging it is to hit a precision shot when you go towards the left. So right is definitely going to be the method. The only way that I would even suggest, and with the way that wind is, you really don't even need the best curl driver. You can get away with that shot with extra mile. You can get away with that with Thor. The big difference maker is going to be the with that wind, it's really going to allow you to still get it over. You just need to be gentle with your top spin, because it will not curl as far, which means you're going to be much more aggressive on the right-hand side. And it is going to take some practice. You might not get it on the first time if you try to do it with a limited curl driver. So that is something to keep in mind. Oh, I should have quit. What was I thinking? But in any regard, let me just go ahead and I'll shoot this for you guys. You can see what I'm doing with my guide as I'm just trying to, kind of gently roll it off the back, kind of towards the left here. It's, because of wind effect that I'm doing that. Also, when I'm into a headwind case like this, I'm going to overplay my wind maybe about 20%. So right around 10 rings there. Oh, of course. So the great ball is 100% going to cost you every time on this hole. So there you can see that it shoots off towards the bunker. I'm just going to forfeit this out now. I don't care if I lose. I should have forfeited out earlier. I'm just trying to save time here. So I don't have the longest guides. I forgot to do it earlier. But I at least wanted to, give you guys a perspective of that hole just so you could see it. But you do have my channel for that as well. I just wanted that to kind of be a supplement. And of course, you do have to be very precise with your, your ring adjustment. Everything needs to be very precise for there. So, great balls, they're not going to roll up onto that green, and it's going to end up costing you if, any loss of precision as to where you're trying to land it there. So in any regard, good luck with that third hole, and I'll catch you guys for hole 4 coming up.